What up, y'all? It's DNA. I came here to talk to y'all about the snitching situation between me and Young L. I figured I'd do a blog to explain everything for those who don't know, that don't know the whole side of the story. I mean, it's misfortunate that somebody went out there and snitched to niggas from a different coast, and supposedly they from New York about my round, but, you know what I mean, I don't know who did it. Apparently, VERB and Young L know, but they don't want to say. I mean, that shit is cool or whatever, you know what I mean? But what I wanted to bring to your attention is, since when do niggas endorse snitching or think it's cool? And what I mean by that is that if Young L knew my round before we battled, not that he's supposed to, because you're not supposed to do nothing when you got information. I can't tell no man what to do when they find out information with somebody they going against. But the real nigga shit on real nigga time would have been not even to say the shit in the battle. Come to me after the battle like, yo, DNA, man, niggas is moving funny in your state. Some nigga told me around, but I ain't even use it. But cool. The nigga said it in the battle, whatever. That shit was cool. But what I'm saying is that don't think you're going to get cool points like you're a psychic for, in a way, cheating. Now, I mean, you didn't know my round because, now, I mean, you thought of it, you predicted it, or it's that crazy that you knew what I was gonna say. Somebody told you, so don't embrace it like the shit is cool. Cause truthfully, I don't a lot of shit that y'all see going behind the scenes. I don't broadcast. Like a lot of niggas, I done battled behind the scenes. I don't go tell y'all who I killed. A lot of niggas, I done pressed behind the scenes. I don't go talk about it because none of that shit is cool, and I'm still not. But just to bring this to your attention, in my last two previous URL battles that I had, I knew my opponent's round or lines they were going to say, and if y'all can clearly see, I didn't use it. Against Sue Surf, and I mean, y'all can ask the nigga on Twitter or whatever, I knew the whole car, U-turn, yellow, green for the red, the whole Utah boozers. Some nigga that he told snitched the shit back to me, and as y'all can clearly see in none of my 3 rounds, I didn't rebuttal it, I didn't say nothing about it. I called the nigga up before we battled, like, yo, somebody called me and told me you're round, but I'm letting you know as a real nigga, I'm not going to say nothing about it. I'm going to beat you fair and square with what I wrote, with the bars I got, and I'm not using that because to me that's not fair. I didn't really beat the nigga if I knew what he was going to say and I flipped it or I used it or I threw it out there to take away from what the nigga's doing. Then when I battled Big T, the whole I smack his hat off, how you let a nigga smack your hat off, you threw a black sauce, how much did you play smack off? I knew that whole thing too. And what I mean by that is that I really could have had some shit for that, because in my 3rd round you see me rebuttal everything, and everybody in that battle said, well, why DNA ain't do that as his 1st round, or why DNA ain't do it as his 2nd. If I would have did it as my 2nd, to me that wouldn't have been fair, because I knew the round and I knew what the nigga was gonna say. I had previously wrote that already, so I was still gonna use it, but I wasn't gonna use it in the same round because to me that's unfair. Now, I mean, that's not giving a nigga a fair chance. I'm not really beating a nigga if I know what he's going to say before he says it, and I try to take away from it or I rebuttal it. I'm going to beat you fair and square, and if I can't, then I'm going to take an L. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how it's going to go on some real shit. I'm not going to do that. So I just came to tell y'all, like, don't think, you know what I mean? It's whatever that a nigga snitched to him and told them. That's my fault for spitting my rounds to people. Now I'm not spitting my shit to nobody, but don't endorse this shit and think that it's cool because a nigga did it and now you broadcasting it trying to take away. Beat me with what you got. Now you even got the heads up to know what I'm about to do, so you should just make your shit 20 times harder to kill me, because now you know what's about to happen. But don't try to say it in the battle or rebuttal it, because that's not cool. That's not what we came here to do. We came here to see who's lyrically better, not to guess who could find out who's round so they could use it against them and win. And on top of that, with him doing it, I freestyled in the 2nd round and said snitching's not cool, and I still did what I was supposed to do, and it still worked, and it was crazy. So now, I mean, it didn't do nothing, but my whole point of it is why even broadcast it like it's cool. Like, see, I'm going to give y'all an example. The Hollow the Don versus Goods battle. I know Goods personally. I know Hollow personally. I heard some of Hollow's round, and I heard some of Goods round. The real nigga I ain't going to tell neither one of them because that's taken away from the battle. One, that's giving them a heads up. So now this nigga can rebuttal what he's saying. This nigga can rebuttal what he's saying. Then it's fucking up Smack's event because now both niggas know their rhymes, all because I wanted to be a dickhead and tell somebody their round. You know what I mean? So now that's fucking up his money, and it's fucking it up to the fans because now you don't know who really will win because niggas done snitched and told niggas rounds. That's why I would never do something like that. So what I'm trying to say is that, man, listen, if niggas is snitching, And y'all, again, I still think it's real. I mean, y'all can't do it now because y'all broadcasted and made it such a big thing that if y'all do tell me who it was, the person that told you is gonna call you a snitch for telling me. So now that's out the question. But on some real nigga shit, as a man, fuck this battle shit on some. Now, I mean, I don't got no personal vendetta with Young Ill or VERB. Niggas could have went to after, hit my phone, called me, told me like, yo, DNA, niggas in your state is snitching. They told me you're around, I ain't use it or whatever. But y'all chose to go the route y'all did. I'm not mad at it. I can't say it's wrong because niggas do what the fuck they want. But I'm saying on some real nigga shit, I know niggas rounds in the past and I ain't bring it up. I knew 2 niggas that was battling rounds and I ain't say nothing just because I'm a real nigga. So, you know what I mean? That's all I wanted to come here and talk to you about, man. Niggas, don't endorse snitching, man. Definitely don't, man. That shit ain't cool. You know what I mean? My lesson is learned. Niggas ain't gonna hear my round no more, so none of this shit happens again. But I just came to talk to y'all to let y'all know, man, that, you know what I mean? Doing shit like that ain't cool, man. If you gonna battle a nigga, beat a nigga with bars, beat a nigga with performance, beat a nigga with jokes. Don't beat a nigga with knowing his round. I'm gonna holler at y'all. One.